What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm recapping Week 12, going all over your top performers, all of your letdowns, and then of course going in depth, like I said in yesterday's video. If you guys had a chance to check that out on my Instagram, I did let everybody know that I'm going to be going in depth a little bit on this Cowboys at the Patriots game. You don't want to miss it, guys. All right, what's going on, everybody? My name is Lawrence, aka Law, and this is The Catch, a channel where I break down fantasy football and go into anything sports talk. And in this video, again, like I said, I'll be recapping all of the Week 12 matchups, and then of course breaking down the Dallas Cowboys game towards the end of this one. But I got quite a bit to get into, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. Starting off with your top performers, definitely a couple of guys you might have heard from before. Starting off with the quarterback position, Lamar Jackson, an absolute animal yesterday in Monday Night Football. Actually threw for 5 touchdowns. He was 15 of 20 with 169 yards passing. Again, he had 5 touchdowns. Got quite a bit of work done on the ground as well. 8 rushes for 95 yards. Going into the running back position, another game that I had mentioned previously in another video that game against the Titans was going to be a very, very run-heavy game, and Leonard Fournette definitely showed up. 32 points. He was 24 for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. Got a little bit of work in the passing game also. Had 9 receptions for 9 receptions for 62 yards. Definitely got it done. In the wide receiver position, a guy that I was extremely high on coming into the season. I've got my fair share of him in several leagues. Is a guy named Chris Godwin for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 34 points, 7 receptions, 184 yards, and 2 touchdowns, guys. Got quite a bit of work. 34 points for my boy Chris Godwin. At the tight end position, a guy named George Kittle getting it done again. 22 points. Six receptions for 129 yards and 1 touchdown. All of these guys showed out for you. If you happen to so have all of these guys in your lineup, you definitely blew anybody out of the water. Going into the letdowns, the guys that were about worthless for you, a couple of them, unfortunately, I had on my team, starting with the quarterback, Matt Ryan, 8.6 points. You've become used to seeing quite a bit more work out of Matt Ryan. 8.6 points just is not going to cut it. 23 of 46. He did have a pretty good game as far as yardage goes. 271 yards. Did not have a touchdown pass. Had 1 interception, and the guy was sacked 6 times, guys. That definitely hurts. Whether you're a good quarterback, great quarterback, or below average, you cannot have a good game if you're constantly on your back. He got sacked 6 times. Moving on to the running back position, a guy that I'm sure if you had him, you were really hoping he would start trending in the right direction coming off of a pretty solid week. Todd Gurley, 3.4 points, 6 carries for 22 yards. Extremely rough, guys. Extremely rough. You hate to see it. And like I said, he was coming off of a pretty good game. I can't remember exactly how many points, but it definitely was a situation where if I would have had him on my team, I definitely would have plugged him in again, because I was pretty confident that he was going to at least be getting more touches. But that Ravens defense had quite a bit to say about that. Wide receiver, the guy complimenting Chris Godwin for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mike Evans. I've got my fair share of him too. 7 points, 4 for 50. Unfortunately, it's like those two guys, they can't go off at the exact same time. It's like either one's going to go off and the other one is really going to struggle, or vice versa. And in this case, Chris Godwin was the guy that got all of the work. He got 34 points. Mike Evans only got 7 points. So that stings a little bit if you don't have Chris Godwin to kind of complement that. Tight ends, Mark Andrew, 5.5 points. He did not get in on any of that action yesterday in the Monday Night Football game. This is the Ravens tight end. I believe he saw quite a few targets even in the red zone, just wasn't able to quite get them all together. So he left you kind of disappointed. 5.5 points, guys. Jumping into the injury report, a couple of, not too busy in the injury report, which you really like to see, especially, not only for NFL regular season and going into the playoffs, but also for fantasy, guys. I mean, this is a big time of the year. Fantasy playoffs are really about to get going, so you don't want to see any of your big names going down. And I really don't have anything here, so I'm going to just go through them briefly. Dwayne Haskins was spotted in a sling after the game. He's with the wrist injury is what they're calling it. He's going to be pretty much day to day from right now. As we know of right now, Carson Wentz hand injury. He injured it in the second quarter of the game on Sunday. He did finish the games. He did finish the game. I'm sorry, and he also had X-rays. All of that came back negative. So it's looking all right. It's just a day to day type of thing. So. He also had it heavily wrapped whenever he was leaving the stadium. So just something to keep an eye on if Carson Wentz is your only quarterback. Julio Jones did suffer a shoulder injury during the game. He did try to come back. Was ultimately pulled from the game. Couldn't really hang on to it. So it's hard to say. It's a little too early right now to really know what's going on with some of these injuries. But it's a situation where you definitely want to keep an eye out on it. And I'll be posting this video on Wednesday. So hopefully, maybe by the time you're listening to this video on Wednesday, if it's towards the end of the day, there might be more information on that. A pretty brutal one, Hunter Renfrow, a guy that I really liked coming out of Clemson, and who I was really happy was doing solid for the Raiders, but suffered a broken rib that actually punctured his lung, is what the reports were saying. So pretty brutal. He broke his rib, came back into the game, tried to tough it out, got hit again, and it just got quite a bit worse, escalated pretty quickly. Like I said, with the rib puncturing the lung. That just doesn't sound very good. I'm no doctor by any means, but that just doesn't sound good at all. So prayers to Hunter Renfrow. Sounds like he actually might be done for the season. Going into the little bit of a recap here, Bucks at the Falcons. Bucks are all over the Falcons in this one, 35-22. On Chris Godwin's huge game, 7 for 184 again, and 2 touchdowns. Going on to the Broncos at the Bills, Devin Singletary finally had his breakout game. I was really hoping for it, and I plugged him in just at the right time in one of my leagues. 21 for 106. I wish he would have got me that touchdown, but can't be too picky. Another big accomplishment in this game is Frank Gore actually passes Barry Sanders on the all-time rushing leaders. Actually moves into third all-time with 15,289 yards. Boy, I know there's some bums sitting on the couch out there that have never even walked 15,289 yards. So props to you, Frank Gore. Keep it going, young man. Keep it going. Unfortunately, Broncos handled business in this game. Bills handled business in this game and did end up winning 20-3 on this game. Giants at the Bears. Barkley's struggles are absolutely continuing, guys. It's tough to see. This guy's got so much talent. He just doesn't really have anybody around him. The line doesn't complement him very well. It's just rough, man. 17 for 59 yards. It's just a situation where you want to see the guy do better. He's a pretty humble guy, really good guy. So I'm really hoping he can rebound next season and we can see that Saquon Barkley that we saw his rookie year. Allen Robinson for the Chicago Bears did go off, 6 for 131 and a touchdown. Bears win over the Giants 19-14. Steelers at the Bengals. Rudolph actually gets benched. No, not Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I know Christmas is right around the corner, but don't be fooled. I'm talking about Mason Rudolph. Did get benched. Devlin Duck Hodges actually takes over, comes in, and throws a touchdown pass pretty quick to my guy James Washington, who actually went off for 3 receptions for 98 yards and 1 touchdown, again coming from Duck Hodges. Bengals lose again. They're really trying to secure the bag in that first number 1 overall pick in the 2020 draft. But they lose again, 16-10, guys. All right, guys, moving on to the Dolphins at the Browns. The Browns absolutely light up the box score. Baker Mayfield, 24 for 34, 327 yards and 3 touchdowns. Nick Chubb, a guy getting it done on the ground all season long, 21 for 106 and 1 touchdown. Jarvis Landry, 10 for 148, 2 touchdowns. OBJ actually gets his second touchdown of the season, not of the game, of the season. 6 for 84 and 1 touchdown, guys. Browns all over the Miami Dolphins, 41-24, like it should be. Panthers at the Saints. Drew Brees has another extremely huge game. 30 for 39, 311 yards and 3 touchdowns, guys. Michael Thomas, a guy who for whatever reason has been going under the radar all season long. He's having a phenomenal season. 10 for 101 passing yards, or receiving yards rather. 1 touchdown, keeping his streak alive for 100 plus receiving yard games. I believe he's up to 5, maybe even 6, guys. So definitely keep an eye out for him. He's having a huge year. DJ Moore, a guy for the Panthers, alongside Christian McCaffrey, another guy who had a really great game. But DJ Moore really came on, 6 for 126 and 2 touchdowns. Saints take care of business on this one, 34-31. With a last-minute field goal in the last couple seconds of the game. Raiders at the Jets, the blowout that really nobody saw coming. Sam Darnold, 20 for 29, 315 yards and 2 touchdowns, guys. The Jets defense was actually able to bottle up Josh Jacobs, which hasn't been a very easy thing to do all season long. He's one of the league's leading rushers, but they held him to 34 yards on just 10 carries. So Jets, like I said, Jets shocked the Raiders 34-3, and the Raiders could not afford to drop this game, guys. They're really trying to find a way to get into that playoff picture, and this is the type of stuff that's going to totally take them out of the picture if they're not careful these next few games, guys. Seahawks at the Eagles, a game where both quarterbacks really struggled in this one, including Russell Wilson. 13 for 25, 200 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Carson Wentz, 34 for 45, 256 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Rashad Penny actually took over in this game after a Chris Carson fumble. It's looking like the coaching staff for the Seahawks organization is kind of getting a little bit fed up and frustrated with Chris Carson's fumbling that he's been doing kind of all season. And it really showed, and Rashad Penny really made up for his opportunity. 15 for 129 and a touchdown. Seahawks take down the Eagles 17-9. Lions at the Redskins. Dwayne Haskins actually gets his first win on the season. Doesn't have the best outing. He's 13 for 29, 156 yards. But Bo Scarborough is really the story, in my opinion, in this game. Bo Scarborough is a guy who was picked up just a couple of weeks ago, added to the starting lineup. Kerryon Johnson went down earlier this season, who was having a really decent year. But Bo Scarborough was actually drafted by the Dallas Cowboys and has just been kind of jumping around from team to team, trying to prove that he definitely still has it. And boy, does he. 18 for 98. If he gets a touchdown, he's among the top running backs in the league for this week, guys. So 18 for 98. However, Redskins win this one 19-16. Jags at the Titans. Which, if you didn't see my video on Sunday before the game started, I really said that this one was going to be a ground and pound type of game, and I was definitely right on that one. Leonard Fournette, 24 for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, another absolutely huge game for another huge guy, man. 19 for 159 and 2 touchdowns. Titans actually win big, 42-20 over the Jaguars. Now, moving on to the Sunday Night Football game, a very highly anticipated game, guys. Packers at the 49ers. The 49ers defense really has proven to be that team, guys. They want all the smoke. They want everything that you can throw at them. And they've been great, guys. I mean, all season long, they've been really, really good, guys. I'm sorry. I was trying to kind of keep up with what's going on with my voice here, and it's doing all right. It's doing all right. Anyways, Packers at the 49ers, very highly anticipated game. The 49ers defense has proven to want all the smoke, guys. They got the Packers offense and defense struggling, but they stopped the rushing game and the passing game, rather. Holding Rodgers 20 for 33, 104 yards passing, 1 touchdown, but the guy was sacked 5 times. It seemed like every time the guy was dropping back, he had pressure in his face. And one thing that I noticed is the 49ers defense is sending pressure from everywhere. Corners are blitzing, safeties are blitzing, they're blitzing multiple linebackers. I mean, this team is a situation where if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Also, if you can't stop it, we're not going to stop running it until you can find a way to stop us. And with that same defense, they're able to bottle up Aaron Jones, who's really a top running back in this league right now. They held him to 13 for 38 yards. George Kittle goes off, 6 for 129 and 1 touchdowns. But one thing that I noticed when I was kind of breaking down this game going into the Sunday was that the Packers are 8-2. The record shows to be really good. But I was looking to see kind of, where their offense would match up against this San Francisco 49ers defense. And what I found out was the offense is actually ranked 20th in the league. Not very good. On the even worse side, the Packers defense actually ranks 28th. So it's a situation where this team is just finding way to win games, and sometimes that's not really what you're looking for, especially when you're talking about playoff games. Those are the type of things that can actually come back to bite you. So they really need to catch catch fire just as quick as they possibly can going into the playoffs, because they are going to be in the playoffs. There's no doubt about it. Unless they find a way to drop these next few games. But they're going to be in the playoffs, guys. So it's a situation where they really need to catch fire pretty quickly. And that slap in the face by the 49ers this past Sunday night isn't a very good indication of where this team is heading and the capabilities that this team does have. So definitely something to keep out for. We could see an early elimination from a team that everybody has really been putting, I say in quotes, but a team that everybody has really been talking highly of. but it just doesn't really show it. I know you got to find a way to win games, but you can't win games with the 28th ranked defense in the league. It's just not going to happen. To wrap this one up, guys, I want to talk about my Cowboys at the Patriots. So this is where the kind of meat of this video comes in. So I really appreciate you guys sticking around. I encourage you, if you like the content, to subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'm going to be posting these videos as often as possible. I know that this is kind of the last few weeks leading into the playoffs, but I'll be doing videos all throughout the playoffs, and then of course breaking down some videos once we get into the draft, guys. Football I know is almost over, but it's always right around the corner after it ends. But without further ado, guys, Cowboys at the Patriots, in my opinion, was just a purely outcoached game, guys. The Patriots saw success finally in the run game after they've kind of struggled all season. Sony Michel, 20 for 85, average 4.3 yards per carry. Julian Edelman had a really great game. He was very, very annoying all game long. He just found a way to get open, found a way to make the contested catch, and Tom Brady just really had a lot of time to throw, guys. The defense just wasn't putting a whole lot of pressure on him. I know that their line is solid, but man, we were making them look like they could all be Pro Bowlers, and that's just not the case, guys. We got to be able to put more pressure on the quarterbacks. We really, and if you think about it, you go back a few weeks ago, Jeff Driscoll looked absolutely comfortable in the pocket. Kirk Cousins looked extremely comfortable in the pocket when we played them. Aaron Rodgers. We're just making these decent quarterbacks feel way too comfortable. We paid DeMarcus Lawrence this season. He's having a solid year. I really like the addition of Robert Quinn, even Michael Bennett, but we got to find a way to put pressure on the quarterback, whether that means blitzing more, getting out a little less coverage and a little bit more pressure. But it's a situation where I would definitely like to see it, and I really think that that's what this defense needs to do. In order to be up there with the other defenses, guys. Byron Jones is the only solid corner that we have, and he even struggled. N'Keal Harry kind of had his way with him, and there was a couple of just kind of, Jacoby Myers was a guy in this game that had another solid game that I know at times was being covered by Byron Jones. So it's a situation where if we can put more pressure on teams and make teams feel uncomfortable, especially at the quarterback position, the more success that I think we're really going to have, especially on the defensive side of the ball, guys. But that's really all I have to say about the defense. What I really want to talk about, though, guys, is the offense. And I said it in last night's video, in prep for this video, that I'm going to be diving into a few of these plays here. I'm going to actually be breaking them down in almost like a coach film type of breakdown. And like I said, guys, don't get me wrong. I'm no NFL head coach by any means. But it doesn't take an NFL head coach to be able to notice some of the things that somebody like myself, just your average Joe, could pay attention to. So I'm going to turn over to my camera here, and I'm going to just kind of go ahead and jump right into this. And before I do, one more note that I want to just kind of throw out there is the passing game was struggling all game long. Dak Prescott, 19 of 33 rather, for 212 yards and an interception. On the flip side, Ezekiel Elliott looked to me like he was running like his old self. He wanted all the contact. He was very downhill, fighting for the extra yardage. And those are the type of things that I love to see from Ezekiel Elliott. And that's the reason that I wasn't mad that we paid the guy. Not the biggest fan that we paid him, but I love him as a running back. And 21 for 86, 4.1 yards per carry, guys. Remember that, 4.1 yards per carry on only 21 attempts. Now, like I said, guys, I'm going to kind of just turn over to my computer here and jump into this video right here. So just kind of bear with me for just a second. It was a pretty rough game, though, guys. All game long. It's just a situation where I feel like we kind of had them on the ropes. And there was definitely a couple of drives in this game where I felt we were kind of taking it to them, ended up kind of letting off the gas and just coming up short, whether it be field goals, not being aggressive when we're on that side of the field. A situation where, we had missed a field goal early on in the game, so I felt like we could be more aggressive. The weather was just bad, but I'll get into that here in just 1 second. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. So this one right here, at the start of this video here, guys, what we're looking at right now is the second possession of the game right here. Situation where, we're coming out. Blake Jarwin is going to kind of come out in this little bit of a short route here. Kind of scares the hell out of definitely every Cowboys game that's watching this. Dallas Cowboy fan that's watching this game. Fumbles the ball, but he is able to get back on it. We get kind of a short gain out of it. Doesn't look too bad. This is going to be showing you this play again, as you can see right here. Jarwin is going to come out, just kind of run a little bit of a short route. He's pretty open here. Gets us a quick 6 or 7 yards. You see the ball come out right there, which, like I said, make everybody feel pretty damn uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, he was able to get on it. Didn't hurt anything. We got some yardage, and we just kind of keep it going, guys. So you can see here, 2nd and 2. We're coming out here, and we're going to run the ball, guys. We're going to run the ball, and it's not a bad gain. It's going to be a situation where we do actually pick up the first down. So it doesn't... Oh, actually, no. We actually get stopped, guys. We actually get stopped on this one here. So let me backtrack here. I'm thinking of the wrong drive, guys. So 2nd and 2 after a Blake Jarwin, short completion. They do a really good job of just kind of reading it from the very, very beginning. So not a situation where we were going to have very much success on that one, as you can see here. The linebackers do notice this pull right here. This is Patrick Chung, one of their safeties, but they actually play this type of formation pretty good. He comes up and actually fills that gap really, really well there. Doesn't allow Ezekiel Elliott to get anywhere. But that's a situation where it's not bad. 3rd and 2, we can absolutely run the ball again, guys. But what do? We come out in a shotgun formation, guys. We're going to motion Randall Cobb over and try to work this man-to-man situation with Amari Cooper on Stephon Gilmore. From the very beginning, guys, it's first of all a really bad snap here, a really bad snap. That's really hard to handle, especially in conditions like this, guys. It's extremely cold outside. The ball's slick, the ball's hard, and it's just a situation where you can't have things like this happen. So again, guys, they're trying to work this man coverage, which I see what they're trying to do, and they're going to bring Amari Cooper out from the outside off that trip set there. It's not really a press formation there, as Stephon Gilmore can't really put his hands on him. But Amari Cooper actually has him beat here, guys, just with that bad snap, kind of off-balance throw. Dak Prescott just really has no other choice but to kind of fling it out there. In my opinion, and you can see it better from this view right here, guys, is Amari Cooper does really have a couple of steps on Stephon Gilmore. I think if it's a little bit better of a pass, I mean, look at that. That snap is just terrible here. Amari Cooper coming across the middle, and he actually does have him beat there. I mean, he's got a couple of steps on him. You really can't see from this side. It was that front view that I had seen in a different angle, but he's got a couple of steps on him. We just got to be able to make sure, execute better, guys. It all boils down to execution, especially against a team like this. You really don't want to see those type of things happen, but nonetheless, there's nothing you can do about it. You got to live to fight another series, guys. So extremely ugly series there. I feel like we had it pretty early. We should have ran the ball there, 3rd and 2. We could have ran it again even after being stuffed, but in this drive right here, guys, this is somewhere in the 2nd quarter. I don't remember exactly when. It'll show it here in just a second. But in this series right here, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to come out pounding the ball. We're going to run the ball just about every down. And if you see, we're picking up chunk plays right here, guys. Bam. 6 yards, guys. 6 yards. 8 yards, actually. 2nd and 2. Makes it 2nd and 2. It's going to show this play again. We're going to motion the this double tight end set over here, and we're just going to kind of work off that, guys. Had a really good success. Just your simple dive play, guys. They're not really doing anything to stack the box. Our offensive line is and has been a really great offensive line for several years now. And Ezekiel Elliott is a really downhill runner. So once we get him going, it's not hard to be able to see what type of trend we're looking at. So here we are, 2nd and 2, guys. Love this type of position. The playbook is open. You can run play action. You can run the ball again, which we do, and we pick up the first down. Nothing pretty, guys. We get 2 or 3 yards, but nonetheless, we pick up the first down, move the chains, guys. So I'm going to just kind of fast forward here because it's going to be showing the exact same play again. But again, 2 or 3 yards. You just live to continue to keep the drive alive, guys. Here we go again, 1st and 10. 2nd quarter, 12 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter here. Coming out in a pistol formation, guys. As you can see here, let me see here. It's an RPO type of situation here. Dak can either read this guy right here and keep it and come along the outside here with. It looks like definitely another double tight end set here. So we got a tight end blocking out a corner here. So just a simple RPO play. He decides to hand it to Ezekiel Elliott, and which is a good choice, guys. Bam, picks up 10 yards right away, guys. So guys, we're 3 plays into this possession here. If you remember when we started this drive, when we started this drive, we started off with 2 back-to-back runs. Here we go again, picking up another first down, guys. So just a situation where the run is very efficient right now, guys. Very efficient. So here we are, 1st and 10 again. It's going to show us this play again. As you can see here, again, just a really big hole. He lowers his shoulder, picks up 10 yards, and we're moving the chains again, guys. He's a little gassed after this play, so I believe this is when Tony Pollard comes into the game, which, I'm okay with. I really like the change of pace with Tony Pollard, as you can see here. Definitely smaller frame than Ezekiel Elliott, but very good, guys. Very quick. And what are we going to do? We're going to hand it off again. 1st and 10. He's going to bust it to the outside here, beat Stephon Gilmore to the edge, and we're picking up a quick 7 to almost 8 yards again, guys. Got all the momentum in the world in this. 2nd and 3, we pick up 7 yards. So here we go again, showing this play, motioning this guy over. Tony Pollard is going to see a crease along the outside. He's very, very quick, very fast. Gets along the outside, beats Stephon Gilmore, and again picks up just about 7 yards or so. So here we go. 2nd and short again, guys. Situation where it's definitely a running down, but the playbook is open, guys. Short passes, play actions, whatever you want. But again, we're going to run the ball, guys. So no pass plays in this series, guys. No pass plays at all. Here we go. Tony Pollard being very, very physical, lowering his shoulder, picking up a first down, guys. Picking up a first down. And those are the type of things that you really like to see. So here we go again. Just a simple dive up the middle out of the pistol formation, guys. He's pretty patient with it, allows the hole to kind of open up. Doesn't see much, lowers his shoulder, just continues to drive his feet, picks up that 2 or 3 yards. Nothing pretty again, guys. Nothing pretty, but at the end of the day, we're moving the chains, picking up another first down. And here we go into the last little bit of this drive right here. As you can see, we got the ball on the 35-yard line, working into Patriots territory here. Ezekiel Elliott is back into the game here. Hand it off again, a quick 4 yards, 3 or 4 yards. Nothing wrong with that, guys. Nothing wrong with that run play at all. Just being very, very physical, playing that old school style football, which you really need to be playing in conditions like this, especially over a defense as physical as these guys here. You really want to keep the ball out of the offense's hands as much as possible. So the more we can run it down their throat in this game, I feel like the more control we have. So here we go. He did pick up 5 yards. 2nd and 5 here, guys. 2nd and 5. We're going to motion Tavon Austin over here. And we don't really get too much on this run here. We pick up 2 or 3 yards. Just a simple dive play, guys. Keeping it really simple. And nothing is wrong with this run right here, guys. It's showing we're not afraid to run. And it's just a situation where we've built so much momentum running this running the ball up the field all the way up into Patriots territory here. There's nothing wrong with that run. We're picking up about 3 yards or so, maybe 2 or 3 yards, making it second and mid here. Let's check it out. Third and short here, guys. So I'm a little early. I'm a little bit late here, so I'm going to backtrack here, guys. So we're talking 2nd down on that run there. We go into 3rd down, guys. Again, we have not run a pass play at all on this drive. So here we go again, coming out in shotgun formation. Every time we come out in shotgun formation in this game, we have passed the ball. We're always motioning because these guys play a lot of man coverage. So as you can see here, they're running this motion to find out and definitely confirm what type of coverage they're running. With this gentleman following Tavon Austin here, I believe that's Stephon Gilmore there. It really shows it's man coverage. But again, guys, like I said, we have not run any run plays out of the shotgun formation at all in this game. Every time we've come out in shotgun, we have passed the ball. So what are we going to do here? 3rd and short, guys. We ought to be running the ball. We run a boot to the left, pass on the run, absolutely terrible throw to Randall Cobb, and we end up settling for a field goal. We don't run one pass play, guys. We don't run one pass play all the way down the field. And here we are trying to get cute. I don't really know. I mean, I look at this formation right here, and I look at a box that isn't stacked. I look at 6 guys blocking easily. I look at a situation where maybe we can run an RPO style play, maybe just run Zeke up the middle, try to change it up, guys, because like I said, up until this point, we have not run a pass play out of the shotgun formation. And you think if I don't notice that, you don't think Bill Belichick notices that? I mean, let's be completely honest. So we run an absolutely questionable call here, rolling out, horrible weather, the balls are slick, it's cold. Here we go, settling for a field goal, guys. And this field goal, I'm not gonna lie, really made me nervous. Not that Brett Maher is a complete liability in this type of situation, but we settle for the field goal. Here we go again, guys. Here we go again. So coming out here, I believe this is somewhere in the third quarter here, maybe late second quarter, early third quarter. But we're just starting off. I like that we come out in an I formation and just kind of run a little bit of a play action type style, especially coming off of a series like that. But here we go, just a little dink pass up to Ezekiel Elliott, picking up a quick 4 or 5 yards. I love these type of plays. It really takes the air out of the defense. Here we go, 2nd and 5. Actually, it's showing us this play again, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. But as you can see here, just kind of finds the zone there and ends up driving his feet, picks up a quick 4 or 5 yards. Nothing wrong with that, guys. I love that play all day long. Nothing wrong with it. So here we are again, like I said, middle of the third quarter, guys. Just trying to just really trying to kind of get something going here. Get up the field. It's 10-3 right now, so really trying to get something going. Here we go again, single back, double tight ends on that right-hand side there, guys. Every time we come out in that formation, we're running the ball. So what are we going to do here? We're going to run the ball. And nothing wrong with that again, guys. We're picking up another 2, maybe 3 yards, making it 3rd and short. We can absolutely run the ball again, guys. Nothing wrong with that type of short pickup. It makes it manageable. Like I said earlier, Ezekiel Elliott to this point has averaged about 4 yards per carry there. Not a very good read by Ezekiel Elliott. As you can see here, these guys really have the leverage on their guys here. He kind of chooses the wrong hole, no big deal. You live to play another down, just another quick wrong read. Nothing wrong with that. This game style is moving rather quickly, guys. But 3rd and short, very manageable. You can definitely run the ball again. So here we are, 3rd and 3, guys. 10-6 ball game. Shotgun formation, guys. Shotgun formation. It's becoming a trend. It's becoming a trend, guys. So what are we going to do? Nobody in this stadium thinks we're passing the ball, guys. So here we go. Here we go, guys. Just a little flare out there. Another man coverage type styles you could see here. They're motioning this guy to try and see what type of coverage they have. It looks like from the very beginning like he's got him beat, but this guy knows what the hell is going on from the very second that this ball is snapped. He's breaking on the pass play. He's getting down there. He's making the tackle. Bam. Nothing. Nothing, guys. They're hyped. They steal all the momentum from us there. They steal all the momentum from us right there. And this is early in the third quarter right here. I'm going to move on to this second view here because I want to point something else out in this play that you really can't notice from this angle here, guys. Horrible, though. 3rd and short. You can absolutely run the ball again, guys. So a couple of things that I wanna kind of point out right here. I'm gonna kind of let me rewind it here. I'm gonna just kind of rewind it. So if you look at the box here, guys, you see all of our obviously our offensive linemen right here, guys. It didn't take me very long at all to notice this, and it's just a situation where this is just. It's horrible, guys. It makes me absolutely sick. So here we are, guys. All of our offensive linemen here. 1 defensive lineman, guys. Dante Hightower, linebacker, outside linebacker, safety, corner, outside linebacker, safety. Why we're not running the ball in this situation, I have no clue. It beats me, guys. Beats me. I mean, these guys aren't even putting a whole bunch of pressure here. As you can see, Patrick Chung here is nowhere. They know we're not running the ball in this situation, guys. And it's a situation where, again, like I said, if I'm noticing it, your average Joe off the street, you don't think Bill Belichick is noticing this? So here we are. I see what they're seeing here, but we got to get that ball out quicker. Whether it needs to be a faster snap, whether Dak needs to get the ball out quicker, whatever the case may be. But I would prefer to run the ball, guys. Run the ball. We've got matchups all the way around the board here. And if you see here, you see 58 flare out. Guys, if Ezekiel Elliott runs this ball right here, guys, I mean, I know I'm just kind of rambling on here, but I'm no offensive coordinator. I'm no NFL head coach. But guys, you got to take advantage of mismatches, especially on a third and short, guys. On a third and short, this guy is flaring out. I mean, there's nobody in this gap right here. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott is still running today on Tuesday, going into Wednesday if you're watching this video on Wednesday. So there we go again, guys. Forced to punt. Horrible, 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 horrible outing right there. So I'm going to pick this up in the fourth quarter, one of our very last drives of the game. Ended up being a pretty good drive. Believe this is Randall Cobb's long pass across the middle. It sure is. Dak Prescott makes a really great pass here. I saw this during the game, and I'm about having a heart attack because I see McCourty kind of catching ground on Randall Cobb, and Randall Cobb is running with the ball, not loosely, but you can always tell when these guys are looking for the looking for the strip from behind, and you could see it very, very early. Dak makes a really good pass right there. Randall Cobb finds the sideline, fumbles the ball, is able to catch it. Fortunately, big gain there. Definitely something that we needed going into this later part of the game here. So now we got the ball in Patriots territory, 13-6 ball game, guys. Field goal, we're still losing. Touchdown, we're tying the ball game up, guys. So just a situation where in this series I would really like to have seen us go a little bit aggressive. I hate this play call here. Why get cute? Why get fancy? Let's just get back into the I formation and let's run the ball again, guys. We had the most success that we've had, the most successful drive. We didn't throw the ball not one time until that third down where that was just a terrible play call. But I don't really like this play call, so I'm going to kind of fast forward here. Just kind of a fake reverse type of deal. Doesn't end up getting anywhere, but regardless, you live to fight another down. And we're moving on here, guys. So 2nd and 10. Fourth quarter, 8 minutes left. Again, 13-6. We're in the shotgun formation, guys. In the shotgun formation. So let's just kind of take a look and see what we see here, guys. Shotgun formation. Of course, we're not running the ball. We do a little flip screen, which is not a bad play. Zeke has really been good in the passing game here. So we find Zeke. He gets us a pretty good little gain here. He's got a whole hotel towel hanging out the back of his pants, which I thought was pretty funny. I saw it live, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? But anyways, guys, little slip screen, but we have yet to pass out of the shotgun formation. So situation where, of course, like I said earlier, guys, if I'm noticing it, Bill Belichick and that Patriots defensive coordinators are noticing it also. So here we go. We pick up quite a few yards there, guys. 1st and 10 in the red zone finally now. In the pistol formation now, guys, we've run the ball a couple of times out of this formation. And I believe we actually, this is the option play. Another very, very questionable. So 2 questionable plays, the reverse and then this option play that it's just horrible, guys. Gave me a damn heart attack watching that. I mean, we pitch it. Why not just fight back to the line of scrimmage, live to fight another down? Yet you put the ball at risk for 2 or 3 yards. 2 very questionable calls in this game, or in this drive right here, rather. I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward here because this shit gives me a heart attack every time I see it. But nonetheless, guys, moving on here. 2nd down, 2nd and 7. Playbook's open. Manageable situations here. Shotgun formation, we decided to split out, guys. Again, our most successful drive of this game was a situation where we ran the ball every down to get down into Patriots territory. But we're going to flip out here. Motion Ezekiel Elliott out, empty set formation. And I see this play happening, and it's not hard to tell that it's a man type situation. They're actually doubling Randall Cobb coming off of the slot there. Ezekiel Elliott against Jason Witten against Patrick Chung. Not a very mismatch type of opportunity there. Dak tries to fit it into the window. Stephon Gilmore almost comes with the pick, puts this game in a bag. We're going home with our heads down pretty early in this game. Fortunately, Stephon Gilmore drops this one, lets us live another down here. So now we're looking at third and 7 when we could have ran the ball there, picked up a couple of 2 or 3 yards, ran it again. But guys, I'm just thinking for an example here. I'm just trying to make sense of what type of situation these Dallas Cowboys have going. So here we go again, shotgun formation. Have not run the ball one time out of shotgun formation. We motion Ezekiel Elliott out again. Nobody is even going on to him except for this guy last minute coming out to the flat. When I first saw this in the game, guys, I'm thinking, Dak, why the hell are you not running the ball? Why are you not running the ball? And the more I watch it, the more I feel like the guy kind of had the angle on him. So I kind of took that one with a grain of salt. But if you kind of look at it from this angle, because I know I saw a lot of people on Facebook and Twitter wondering the same thing, why Dak didn't run the ball in this situation here. He might have still could have beat him to the sideline, guys, but he's not even trying to. I mean, I know he's trying to make a play passing the ball, but he's not thinking about another dynamic that he has in running the ball, and that's just one of the things from this season that he hasn't really implemented that he did in previous seasons, and it really opens up a lot for us. You know, people have to prepare for that type of stuff, but if you're not going to run, nobody's going to worry about it. Blake Jarwin out of the back of the end zone. Tough, guys. That was one of our last drives of the game there. Ended pretty ugly, guys. So just a situation where it ended pretty ugly there, guys. Just a situation where you would like to see a little bit more of an aggressive type situation. But at the end of the day, that's the type of things that we got to live with. Jason Garrett is hopefully going to be kind of out the door here pretty soon. In my opinion, I think that they should let him go prior to the end of the season. It doesn't really matter to me. We're going to make the playoffs regardless, and we're probably going to be beat out in the first round regardless. Where it's looking like we're going to face the Seattle Seahawks, but we're just going to have to kind of see how that goes. But I just wanted to kind of take the time to point out a couple of things that I saw during the Sunday game at the Patriots, and why I'm such a frustrated Cowboys fan, guys, and why I really hope that we get this fixed sooner rather than later, because I'm tired of this. Anyways, moving on, guys. I'm going to be posting this video on Wednesday. Going to be breaking down more videos coming into Thursday, into the weekend, guys. But I hope you enjoy the content. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel, like the video, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your brothers, tell your cousins, tell everybody. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Show them this breakdown. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down below. You guys have a good rest of the week. Peace.